Welcome to the 3VA how-to video for installing the MaxFlex handle. Today we'll cover the different parts of the MaxFlex handle operator, the installation in an enclosure, and some assembly hints. The Siemens 3VA family of circuit breakers has a full complement of options and accessories so you can customize it for both commercial and industrial applications. The MaxFlex handle system is one of our most popular accessories, providing a vertical movement handle operator. With it, you can operate a panel-mounted 3VA breaker with a flange-mounted handle and can be used on both thermal magnetic and electronic trip unit versions of the 3VA. The MaxFlex operator comes as a complete kit with the switching mechanism, a 36-inch Bowden cable, and either a plastic NEMA 112 black and green handle or a steel epoxy-coated NEMA 1 3R12 black and red handle. Note that there are padlock provisions for lockout-tagout procedures. If the complete kit doesn't offer the combination of handle type and Bowden cable length you need, you can also order the components individually. You'll need the switching mechanism, the proper length Bowden cable, and one of the handles. Chrome-plated steel handles, multiple length Bowden cables from 36-inch to 144 inches, as well as leading closure aux switches are also available. To begin, select the appropriate kit for the 3VA breaker size. If you're ordering individual components, they may be different for the various frame sizes. The SpeedFacts catalog shows you the right ones to order. We'll start with the 3VA breaker installed in an enclosure. In this case, the breaker is already installed using the standoff mounting screws that come with the MaxFlex kit, instead of the screws that come with the breaker. To install the MaxFlex parts and the breaker, you need a Phillips head screwdriver, a straight blade screwdriver, a 3/16-inch Allen wrench, various open-end wrenches, and a drill with a 3/16-inch bit. This list can also be found in the operating instructions. First, assemble the Bowden cable to the bracket of the handle mechanism. Be sure the connector is at the correct position. Screw on the positioning bracket, and then insert the connector of the Bowden cable into the cam. Fix it with the retaining clip, and insert the gasket to the handle. Next, put the bracket on the inside of the flange, and insert the handle from the top. Start with the screw closest to the off position. Once the screw is hand-tight, pull on the handle slightly. This gives you more room in the back to install the screw towards the on position. Then apply the correct torques to both screws. The MaxFlex handle can be mounted on a left or right side flange. Put the nylon washer on the cam and align the nut on the insert of the back of the cam. Then tighten the screw from the front of the cam. Check the function of the Bowden cable, and assemble the defeat lever onto the handle mechanism. Next, let's install the switching mechanism onto the standoff screws. Make sure the handle is in the off position. As you mount the switching mechanism, note the mounting position for the optional aux switch that can provide the breaker status to any required monitoring system. Install the 4 mounting screws and apply the correct torque. Now we'll attach the Bowden cable to the switching mechanism. But before we do, we need to be sure the larger nuts are in the correct position for the breaker frame size. This information can be found in the operating instructions. If the sizing is correct, tighten down the larger nuts, screw the smaller nut against the switching mechanism to make sure it's not loose, and tighten the second small nut to lock it. Then take the yellow spring, put it over the end of the Bowden cable, and tighten it down to the position on the chart in the operating instructions. After this, assemble the latch to the L bracket and then to the enclosure door. The latch and the L bracket are included with the switching mechanism. Notice the pre-welded channel to help you locate the latch accordingly. If you don't have a pre-welded channel, you need to drill holes in your enclosure door per the diagram of the operating instructions. If your holes don't line up exactly, the latch has slots so you can adjust it as needed. Now let's test our 3VA MaxFlex handle installation. Before you close the door, hold the defeat lever and move the handle into the on position to see if the breaker turns into the correct position. Then turn the handle into the off position and see if the breaker turns to that spot. Next, test the reset. Turn the handle into the on position and push the trip button on the breaker. Then put the handle into the off position. If the switching mechanism can't set the breaker into the off position, you need to adjust the small nuts toward the off position. Make sure the yellow spring is under tension by tightening down the end nut, and test again. As a final test, check to see if the position of the latch is correct. Close the enclosure door, turn the breaker into the on position, and try to open it. The latch should be held back by the defeat lever so the door can't open. Once you put the handle back to the off position, you should be able to open the door again. You may need to adjust the latch on the door if the defeat lever doesn't lock the door properly. To see all the configurations, options, and accessories for the Siemens 3VA circuit breaker family, visit us online. Thank you for watching. For more how-to videos, visit YouTube and enter VoltStream to see the full playlist. Thank you for specifying Siemens.